Alrighty, I'm back. So we're gonna try and finish up episode Echoes today. Alright, Battleground Core. It's right over here. I'm gonna see about, well, I'm gonna try and get all of the Echoes quests done so I can move on and complete Revenant and Heresy. So what I was doing in the meantime was fabricating failsafe nanomachines and yeah, sent them through the radial area of Nessus and they've landed in the core. Hopefully we find out who this Conductor is.
Hey, Captain. You're heading into the deepest parts of the planet. Those nanobots could only tell me so much. You'll need to get down there yourself if I'm going to get any useful data.
You are in unknown territory now, Guardian. Be ready.
Okay. Whoa! Taken! Essence barrels. The witness is dead, so they don't have those yellow eyes anymore. Still, Taken being here, are they remnants of the witness's forces? Because this looks like they might have a leader. Alright. Which one? That one? That one? And that one. Right? But here we go. comes another essence bearer. There's the essence bearer. Dive.
What did the Taken want? Why are they here?
Taken are drawn to paracausal forces, and those with immense strength of will. But they're leaderless now. No king, and no witness. And Xivu Arath either doesn't possess the power, or doesn't have the inclination. All we can speculate is that they're drawn to the Conductor. There's golden radio light. Wonder where this takes us. Whoa! Neat! Ooh! Shiny! Okay. Proximity sensor is detecting something here. Ah. Could be down.
Since you released those nanobots into the radiolaria, I can track their movement through Nessus. Couldn't have done it without you. You know, since I'm all the way up on the planet's surface. It's fun looking at this place through your eyes, though. Exploring. Sightseeing. Even after all these centuries, there's a lot of this planet I haven't seen.
Oh,
Thanks, Captain.
hello. It's like a torch hammer. ES 006. Hang on. Oh boy. We're moving.
I have initiated a security bypass. You're welcome.
Oh. Nice!
This was here the whole time? Failsafe did not know?
Failsafe sensors couldn't reach this far beneath the surface of the planet.
Now they can. Assimilating data. Wow. 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 This was here the whole time?
Maybe. Or it could be something new. Something the Conductor built when they grasped the Echo's power.
So, speaking of, those nanobots aren't responding to my signals. There's a pretty high chance the Conductor hijacked them.
Ah, man.
Captain. Sorry.
It's alright, Failsafe. We can figure out another plan.
Return to the helm, Guardian. Failsafe and I will coordinate and find out our next steps.
Alright. Let's see what we've got. Hmm. Okay, that's all right. It's all right stats for exotic. Hmm. All right. I'm not getting far. By decrypting engrams this way, so it's gonna have to be through here. Hmm. Hmm. Sidearms and auto rifles. All right. Let's see. Well, there's this sidearm. Hmm. There's that auto rifle. Well, there's that auto rifle. Let's try this. Oh, right. Focused engrams. Yeah. Hmm. Search the coordinates for a new research specimen. Okay. Where am I going? Huh. Alrighty. Oh yeah, so I had 6 flare-ups today, 3 of which were at work. So when I say flare-ups, I mean bowel flare-ups. So, living with Crohn's disease, you know what I mean. Or, I don't know if ulcerative colitis is similar.
Captain, I am
but-
attempting to locate a particularly interesting research specimen. I will re-engage my detection protocol. Location locked in. Oh, where is the specimen? It's supposed to be right here, I swear. I've been practicing. Oh, you heard me do the beep boops and everything.
Oh! That's what I get for pausing in the middle of combat. Oh well.
Okay. Refining parameters. Adjusting for the unlikely event of specimen locomotion. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop.
There we go. What? A frog?
Ha! Gotcha! Captain, the specimen appears to be biological in nature. Attention all crew members. Incoming fallen craft with elevated ether signatures.
Okay.
Fallen are feeding on that servitor.
That is very bad news. Please stop them.
Where's the third? There's the third.
We made it bad.
Don't be silly. Machines can't feel anger.
Yeah, but they can feel pain.
Eat that, Fallen. Yeah. Servitors make sentient machines look bad.
I'm sorry, that's impossible. I always look good.
Alright, failsafe. Where'd you go? Hello. Goodbye. That is a weird looking frog. Interesting. Different colored plants on Nessus. Let's get back to the helm. Sidearm and auto rifle blows. Echo gear focused. So many. Can I convert gunsmith engrams into failsafe engrams? No, I guess not.
Captain, I am analyzing the latest research sample you brought me. and it is a frog!
Technically, one of the Nessus proto-amphibians that developed adjacent to the Vex, but yeah, pretty much a frog.
I love him!
Of course, I don't really know him yet, but he seems likable. I can finally bring my nurturing subroutines online.
He should have a name! In honor of my original commanding officer, Captain Jacobson, I will name the frog Captain Jacobson.
Huh.
Don't worry, it's an honorary title. The frog will have no real authority. Oh, this brightens my day. Especially after Ikora's concerning response to my theory on how I could locate the conductor. She was aghast. It seemed to cause her emotional distress. She asked me not to mention it to anyone else. So I won't.
Thanks again for the frog.
Tell us. Failsafe. Tell us. You do not need to reassure me, Failsafe. Let's see. Let me think. Ah. Buffo bites? Hmm. Alright. Let's do some more arena. Yeah?
Captain, ready for another exciting day of provoking the Vex?
Failsafe. Have you pinpointed our first target?
Working on it.
Perhaps we can find a countermeasure to the Conductor's ability to command.
I'll see what I can turn up, but it might be best if you just talk to him.
He hears my words, but his heart doesn't keep them. Though we don't give up on each other. I'll keep trying until he does.
showing a geothermic surge near you. Also, it's shaking my shattered caboose.
The Vags will be waiting. Break them and claim the data they've brought us.
I like Saint's Russian accent. Break the Vex. On Nessus, the Vex don't break you. I break the Vex. Will not stop breaking the
I am pleased to assist, Captain. Never say I do nothing for you, Captain. I am a born helper.
We've pulled everything we can from this site. Fail safe. Sweep the area and find our next target.
Data streams are consolidating at a new location. Stand by. Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator. Lot of bogeys on your tail, Captain. They must also want data. Too bad. assistance. May I join your fire team, Captain? There are days where I really miss having access to my railguns.
Oh, hello.
Recording gear primed to see what you make of that, Captain. Your faithful failsafe is... And there's their leader, finally out of hiding. Now we're all here. Except me, physically. Ready to fight.
Never mind. I was gonna ask, since when do Cabal and Fallen start helping each other? But then I realized, oh right,
Disturbance detected.
House Salvation
And
was
the
on the
Max
same
of jamming
side
my transmat
as the
lock?
Shadow Legion.
Rude.
It appears there's a limit on how much
Perhaps
data we
those
can
alliances
extract before
still
a heightened
remain.
security force takes notice. Break their hold.
Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator. Proximity scans show a horrifying number of Vex surging into the region. Destroying their uplink to that Minotaur will slam the door in their collective metal faces. Harvesting Radiolaria Incubator. Data threshold reached. Rendering assistance. Please accept this gift and mulch some Vex with it.
secure that data, Captain? That beautiful data? Guardian secured. Data extraction complete. And everyone lived.
Yes, though death by Vex may not be the only thing we have to fear on Nessus. Failsafe. Narrow your decryption endeavors. Find any segments of code referencing their attack on Saint. If the Conductor can compel him, any of us could be vulnerable. We must be cautious with our patrol deployments. I shudder to think what she would do with you, Guardian.
That is a terrifying thought. I'll store it with the others.
Hmm. Unfortunately. Alright. Let's see. Yeah. 2 Faith Keepers. Now 3 Hesitant Vengeance. 2 False Idols. 2 F-Truths, 5 Silver Bottoms. 4 Promemoria, 5 Speleologist, 5 Corrective Measures. Analysis. Five of those. Five of those. 5 of those. 3 of those. 4 of those. A lot of deep sight weapons altogether. Oof. Alright. Time to see what Ikora has to say.
Watch out, run.
Guardian, there's something I should discuss with you. Something I'm reluctant to suggest to Saint and Osiris. I think you'll see why. Failsafe believes she could open a portal straight to the Conductor. She says she could extrapolate the coordinates by combining the new Vex data you've been collecting with her years of observations of the Nessus Vex. But she would need to compare it against control data gathered from Vex isolated from the Nessus network. She'd need an enormous amount of data, centuries of it, captured with perfect clarity and preserved by the Vex themselves. Our options are limited and dangerous. There is only one accessible database with that kind of fidelity.
Don't say it.
The mind of Saint 14. The deceased Saint 14. Who is still laid to rest in the infinite forest.
Okay, not what I was thinking
Our
of, but
future may
okay.
depend on Saint. Again.
Wait a minute. So, Saint was right? That he's somehow a copy of a copy of a copy? That holds no that holds no water at all. I'm failing to see how.
May you find what you seek.
Hold it.
Watch out, running late.
Eternalism.
Great out there, Devrim. Thank you for everything. Hey,
It's the plot of Warframe all over again. Specifically the new war. If you know, you know.
oh, nice choice. Catch you later.
Watch
This
out.
place would starve.
Core variables discoveries.
This is no time for politics.
I have a bad feeling about this. But we have a duty to the city. And we must maintain it.
Guardian, since you found me, I have only doubted who I was once. When Mithrax recounted how his people, their children, feared me, it shook me. Osiris says that I am Saint 14. My hands raised the wall. I walked with the Pilgrim Guard. How can I be a shadow of the saint who truly walked this city when I remember the smells of the streets and the faces that smile? I met you on Mercury as I speak to you now. We fought together. I shattered the Vags for centuries, but I lived where he died. Because we showed the Vags that our fate could not be calculated. Even in simulation, we surprised them, you and I. That is true. The Conductor claims I am a man out of time, an approximation of reality. Was I not this already? Hard metal and brittle memory, spark and code 14 times over. Only my heart carried through. I know what it means to find myself again. But the Conductor claims, had Osiris not created the sundial, had I remained forgotten, Sagira would live still. How could these things be connected? If it is true, I will not take my love from him as well, for it is strong, and he will need it. You would not be afraid. You would know what to do. I am...
Saint still doubts himself. Then the only other explanation I can perceive is eternalism. And I know I mentioned this before, but it reminds me a lot of the new war from Warframe. So I'm not gonna... No. Now that would...
Hello again, Captain. We have an interesting metaphysical task ahead of us today.
We do.
As I understand it, years ago, Osiris rescued the Saint unit we are familiar with from a Vex simulation. In doing so, he created a paradox. The Saint unit is alive with us now, but simultaneously dead within the Vex network. The databanks of that deceased Saint unit are filled with information. Information I believe I can use to locate the Conductor.
The thing is, Saint unit will have to download the memories of his other self. Experience years of suffering. His own death. It'll be kind of awful. And he hasn't really been in a good place lately. You know?
But the Conductor must be confronted. I'm sure Saint unit will understand.
Won't he?
Sunken cavern. Wait a minute. I thought Saint 14 died on Mercury. Unless there's a portal that connects Nessus to Mercury. Or connected Nessus to Mercury. Certainly hope Saint can stand his own death. Or rather, very the painful of his own death. There we go. All right. Well, no portal, but definitely Minotaur to slay. All right. Let's get back. Alright, failsafe. Oh, hello, Saint. You're here too.
Guardian, Osiris, Ikora and I have made a plan. We can use what we know about the Veil and the Vexnet.
The Veil? Why would you need to...
We will go to my tomb, in the timeline where I died fighting the Vex. My true death.
When you were taken from me.
Yes. I can use the memories of that Saint 14. My memories.
I remember when the Vex killed my crew. Those memories will haunt me forever.
Failsafe?
I mean, it's not so bad. Except for the horrors.
Yes. Everything I learned, everything I did. I fought the Vex for many, many years.
I remember.
Ikora thinks we can use the data to find this Conductor and secure the Echo.
No. I won't. We can find another way. Failsafe.
It must be done. So I will do it. Ikora told me I was once the Vex's greatest opponent. She said I should remind them.
I need to think. This can't be the only path left to us.
The Saint unit has already made up his mind.
Typical Titan.
He needs you right now. You know he can't do it without you, right?
Yep. That's a Titan, all right. All right. Mission Shell.
Saint will join us shortly. We seek access to his tomb.
We are grave robbing.
That is one way of putting it.
The interim Saint unit is still VexNet. Their memory core is a back channel into the network.
Saint must understand there are no lesser versions. Only expressive tessellations of what could be. And facing his death again is the cost of that revelation. Well, so be it.
All right. Let's do this.
Nessus reshapes itself around this Vex fluid. Soon, we will hardly recognize it. The Infinite Forest was on Mercury. How do we reach it from here?
Access here is somewhat like an archive, imprinted into the magnetic field of Nessus.
The Vex used Nessus for defunct digital storage. They kept trying to plug me into it. And wow, is exposing me to their connection protocols going to backfire? They should have predicted that.
What did you mean about the data here being defunct?
The Guardian pulled you from a point before your death to a point after it. To the Vex, that temporal event is a defunct anomaly now, non-existent within this timeline. So it is kept here, stored in Nessus's memory.
The details that separate him and I, if they fade away, Will I be his shadow? Or will he be mine?
I think he'll be
I
yours.
can't answer that for you. You're you. Were you less you before today? I tore open time for you.
I suppose.
You should be near the access point, Guardian. Locate a conflux.
Done.
They will react to our attempt to breach the tomb.
Yes, they're doing that now. This is exactly as complex as I anticipated. I'm almost in.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm in.
Now to learn of the man I was, and will be. Osiris, why did they keep my body?
Respect. They honor you with a perfect preservation. There's no replacing you, Saint. Even the Vex recognize that.
The Vex are very meticulous, but also weirdly sentimental.
Here we are. Saint's face. That was weird.
There.
Wait. When I searched for you in the Infinite Forest, I saw this again and again. You, entombed. Taken away from me, perhaps forever. When finally I found you, I thought I would never have to see it again.
I am here, Osiris. You told me that I am real.
So is he. Do it. Remember the Vex. But also how much I loved you in that timeline, too. Saint!
I see it. I tear through the Vex. They cannot stand against me. They hesitate. They are afraid of me. Oh. Then Geppetto is hurt. I try to protect her, but I am too late. I pull a Minotaur apart with my bare hands. But soon, I fall. The Vex approach. They are lifting me up. I lose my senses. I cannot feel my body. My vision blinks in and out.
Stop. Please.
I am on this slab, but I have one final feeling. A memory of us. Together. I am bringing you tea. I watch you take a sip. It is too hot, but you smile. That is my last thought. My phoenix. Oh. I am gone. But no, here I am. With both of you. I am Saint 14. The Conductor cannot hide from me anymore. Failsafe!
I have the coordinates, Saint Unit. Good luck. Saint Unit, Captain, I have achieved coordinate lock. I'm rerouting the Conductor's radiolaria flow to this location.
Okay.
So, hey, while redirecting the Conductor to you, they were real in there. I pulled some other Vex along, and you're surrounded. Maybe we can reason with them?
Yes, Guardian. Reason them with the big guns. I will protect Osiris until the way is clear.
See? You're the same old saint.
Brawn and brains.
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up.
Okay. Whoa. All right. Okay. Moving. Ah. Okay. Uh-oh. Shit.
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up.
All right, failsafe. The wrong exotic equipped.
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up.
Swap over to prismatic, see what that does.
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up.
Damn it!
Captain, I am patching in cover. Eyes up.
Shit.
Violence succeeded where diplomacy failed. And I got that pesky pump door open before the Vex cut our connection. You have a clear path to the Conductor.
Excellent work, fail-safe. Now it is us telling them what to do.
The Conductor's signal approaches. Nessus groans under the yoke of its new cultivator.
Let us see if they can produce answers or only questions.
Whoa. Two goblins. What the?
Lakshmi?
Lakshmi?
Is a facsimile its archetype? No. I am Maya Sandrash. But we have already met.
Sundarish. So this is what happened to you after Neomuna. After your experiments with the Veil.
I know what you can do with the Echo of Command. I will not allow you to raise an army of Vex.
Okay.
I'm doing what I've been called to do.
The Vex called to you.
Humanity called to me. The collapse, the Black Fleet is finished. Now we can look back to what we've lost. Radiolaria is the means to this end. It represents the smallest unit of consciousness. A trillion formless minds, notes in a symphony of thought. Each one begging for direction, for a conductor. Nessus will be converted. The radial area I command will be spread throughout the system. I will deliver us a golden age. And if you stand in the way of progress, I will break you down into more compliant elements.
We are not your Vex.
You will be.
Get us out of here, now!
Plot twist.
I can't believe Devrim held down the EDZ for so long. He's so...
Maya Sandrash, risen from the Vax network. She has Lakshmi's face. Osiris tells me it must be a mask she feels comfortable wearing. Well, it did not comfort me. And today was already filled with ghosts of the past. Guardian, before I claimed the memories of the other me, I was afraid. I was already filled with doubt, and I thought I might lose myself. But as his thoughts merged with mine, it was as though I lived through his centuries of struggle. And my feelings, our feelings, were in perfect harmony. And suddenly, all questions the Conductor put in my mind were answered. It does not matter if I am the real saint or the true saint. Every me is me. So, when Maya tried to command me again, I used my truth to push her away. But she still forced me to my knees. She is growing stronger. We must return to stop her, but she has blocked our access. Failsafe is working on a way through. And when she finds it, I will be
Okay.
You will face many foes, and you will beat them. I know.
Here's
he's
the
got
new
a
Hunter
temper.
Vanguard.
I've seen it when he thinks
How you
he's
doing,
right.
Crow?
Where would we go?
Hello. The Black Armory thanks you.
Didn't need to claim it.
The research on Neomuna's Veil facility is complete. As the report is lengthy, I will summarize. Maya Sandarish and Chioma Essie were a married pair of researchers in the Golden Age. Their work often touched on the Vex. They found an object on Neptune that whispered to Maya in her own voice. That artifact, the Veil, is of the darkness, as the Traveler is of the light. Maya grew obsessed with it. Chioma grew afraid. In her compulsion to study the Veil, Maya took no heed of any risks or of Chioma's doubts. Humans under her command died. Exominds were wiped. Maya wanted a chorus that could channel the power of the Veil. And to control that chorus, she built an imprint of herself named Lakshmi. Soon afterwards, Maya entered the Vex network. She left no trace. Chioma exiled Lakshmi, shut down all Veil research, and redacted it from Neomuna's history. In a final act, Chioma entered the network herself. Other Mayas and Chiomas were already inside, simulated hundreds of times by the Vex. It's possible that the Echo brought many Mayas together into the Conductor. Or perhaps only the first. There is no way to know which, if any, directed the Conductor's actions. But it would be folly to underestimate any Maya Sandarish.
Indeed. Strange transmission, you say? What is this?
Do you still imagine all the possibilities life could have? As I did? Or has fate made other choices for us? If we are to stray from our predetermined path, our salvation requires sacrifice. I experimented to find the words that would make you understand. Make you see what I see. But for you, the cost was always too great. Lifetimes passed before I realized. For me, you are too great a cost. Somewhere was another us that made the right choices. A better us. A better you. Not imprisoned by fate. I do not know what that version looks like. Us. Perfected. But I will. Because though we've lost everything, I still dream of what we could be. And in one of the many iterations in which we have peace, I only want the one that is real. I will find our golden age. Our perfect future. Yours and mine. And if you cannot see why my methods are necessary, I have the tools to make you understand.
Did you receive the transmission from Maya Sundaresh? What did she mean when she said she'd find our golden age?
As a golden age AI myself, I observe a negligible intersection between Maya's current behavior and the relative utopia of that time.
There was peace. We turned our focus to the stars, but we weren't conquerors. We were explorers, scientists, adventurers. We reached into the unknown, not to control it, not because we were commanded to, but because we had hope. That feeling was a long time ago, but I'll never forget it.
And I'm not getting any of that from Maya. Captain, I have overridden the Vex security around the scene of your last confrontation. The coordinates are standing by. If you find Maya, tell her I reject her entire premise, and then destroy her.
All right. think that's where I'm gonna leave it off for now. I'll be right back. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna turn in for the night.